and we'll highlight MDQ document generation. There are three table styles to choose from when generating an MDQ quote document. The first is standard, the second is price dimensions as columns, and the third is price dimensions as row with summary. Let's first review the standard table style. The standard table functions much like existing templates. It will separate line items by segment dimensions. So for example, year one dimensions would be grouped together even if from different products. All non-segmented products will appear at the end. Navigate to your template content and click New. Choose line items as your content type. Enter a content name. And select Standard as the table style. Click Save and then navigate to your Quote Templates tab. Click New to create a new quote template. Name your quote template. Mark your quote template as deployed and click Save. Let's scroll down to the template sections and create a new template section. Enter your section name. Consider entering some form of line items in the name since this is what will be housed here. Enter your display order. Select the Print Quote Totals checkbox. Select the content that will appear in this template section from the lookup menu. This will be the standard line items table that we just created. Select Segment Label from the Group field. You'll have to add this selection to your pick list, so click the blue Force.com pop-out menu, click View Fields, and then from within the Custom Fields and Relationships section, select Group Fields, and then click Add within Pick List Values, and add SBQQ segment label C to the pick list. Alright, we're done with our quote template, so click Save and let's navigate back to our quote so we can generate our quote document. Here in our quote preview, you can see that our standard table is displayed by segment label. Just a very simple quote document. Now I'm going to show you the second table style, price dimensions as columns. Choosing this option will automatically filter out any non-MDQ products, so if you plan on having a mix of both types of products in your quote, you will need to include both a price dimensions as columns and a standard template content section within your quote template. If you do not filter these segments, you will see these values appear twice within your quote document. Create new template content. Select line items as your content type. Enter a template content name. And select a table style. This time you'll be selecting price columns as dimensions. Click Save and navigate to your quote templates. Create a new quote template. Give it a name and mark it as deployed. Click Save. Let's go ahead and create a new template section. Name your section and give it a display order. Select the Print Quote Totals checkbox. We're going to add uplift to our line columns. It wasn't part of the pre-generated line columns, and I'd like to see it in our quote document. So let's click New Line Column. Let's give our new line column a column heading, display order, and width. Select a template for your line column. I'm selecting the dimensions as column template. For the field name, enter the API name of Uplift. Click Save and let's return to our quote so we can generate our quote document. Select your dimensions as columns template. In this quote template, you can see that our price dimensions are acting as our columns, and also you can see that our uplift has been inserted in our quote document. The final quote document table style I'm going to review is price dimensions as row with summary. So choosing this option will automatically filter out any non-MDQ products. So if you plan on having a mix of both types of products in your quote, you'll need to include both a price dimensions as rows with summary and a standard template content section within your quote template. If you do not filter these segments, you will see the values appear twice. As we did the last 2 times, we're going to create new template content. Again, this content type will be line items. Enter your content name and select price dimensions as rows with summary as your table style. Click Save and let's move on to creating our quote template. Instead of creating a quote template from scratch, I'm going to go ahead and clone my dimensions as columns template, since our dimensions as rows template will be fairly similar. Once you clone this template, make sure that you change the name of your template, that way you don't get confused. Click Save, and now let's go ahead and work on our template section. Again, since we cloned our quote template, we want to go ahead and change the name of our template section. Using the lookup, we want to change our content to our line items dimensions as rows template content. Because we cloned our dimensions as columns template, the last thing we want to do is change the width of our line columns, because now we have our dimensions featured as rows. We want to make sure that all of our line columns will fit within our quote document page. The width of our line columns is measured in percentages. As you can see, all of these add up to over 100%, so that will definitely not fit on the page. So let's go ahead and alter these so we can actually get all of these line columns to fit on our page because we want to see them. I've gone ahead and altered the widths of my line columns, so now I'm going to navigate to my quote so I can generate my quote document. Select your dimensions as rows template. Here's your dimensions as rows quote document. As a final note, for any further questions regarding MDQ quote document generation, please consult the online help and the Spring 15 release notes. Congratulations! Give yourself a pat in the back. You've just reached the end of the SteelBrick Self-Led Online Training course. You may want to take a moment to review your coursework, because the next step is to take the SteelBrick CPQ certification exam.